All right. Hello, hello. Should be live, should be good. How's everyone doing? Second day of the wild card round. Broncos Bills to start things off. This game could be an interesting one. I don't know how Denver is gonna play this game. But if they have a good game plan entering this, they could make this interesting real quick. But Denver can make this game interesting. We have kickoff mere moments away. We shall see. Denver will be getting the ball first in this one. I would love it if Denver can pull off this upset. And the crazy thing is, if Denver does pull off this upset, I could 100% see them going on a run in these playoffs. Because I think they can handle KC. They did both. They did the first time in the regular season. Like Denver can be a very scary team this year. It just depends on how they handle Buffalo. If they can get past Buffalo, I like their chances. But we'll see. Tyler Bass gonna send this one down. Sunday playoff football has begun. Kickoff will be down in the end zone for a touchback. Denver will begin with ball on the 30. And out comes Bo Nix, his first playoff appearance of his career. Probably first of many, I would imagine. This is the first rookie QB to start a playoff game for Denver. That honestly makes a lot of sense. All right. Come on, what's the first play of the game? This first play, this first drive is going to tell a lot about this. Nix under center, back behind him. Gonna send a man in motion right to left as he's going to hand this off up the middle. And that's a solid gain of about 5 for Denver. It's Javonte Williams on the carry. I actually really like that first play for Denver. How do you build off of it? That's the question. So 2nd and 5, Nix and shotgun back to his left, 2 receiving options to each side. Getting motion 1 from the right to the left. As he's going to hand this off once again, this time to the right side. And this time he's going to lose about 3 for Jaleel McLaughlin. Gregory Rousseau on the tackle for loss. Yeah, can't pull that shit off against Gregory Rousseau, man. Dude, Rousseau and Jalen Phillips were the same draft class, and I was kind of going back and forth between who I wanted Miami to draft. I was pissed when Buffalo picked him. 3rd and 8, Nix and shotgun. back to his right, 3 receivers to the left. 3rd and 8, looking to throw. Has some time, a good pocket, thrown over the middle. It's caught for a first down. Past midfield to the 49. That's Cameron Sutton on the reception. All right, first completion in his playoff career. Not the prettiest of spirals, but in place on the money. Nix and shotgun back to his left, 3 receivers to the left as well. Going to hand this off once again. Good blocking for Javonte Williams on the right side. Going to allow him to pick up about 6. All right. I'm liking what I'm seeing from the Denver offense. Nix and shotgun back to his left. 2 receiving options to each side, dropping back, looking to throw. It has some time, launching one deep, over the middle, wide open, touchdown Denver! Holy, Troy Franklin blowing the top off of this Buffalo defense, and the Broncos strike first. What a drive! Okay, Denver might be here. Okay. With a man in his face, Bo Nix places it beautifully on the money. Okay. The extra point is up and good. And Denver, what an opening drive. Bo Nix. Okay. Okay. That's how you start a game. Wow. Okay. And Denver. Okay, Denver. Please. 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 I know I'm wearing the Bills jersey, but I'm only wearing it because I don't have a Broncos jersey. That was impressive. Like, that was a really impressive throw. Not just the fact that it was a deep throw and everything, but no, there was a man in his face, and he still places it on the money to begin this game. Like, that is a beautiful throw. Oh boy. Oh boy. Hopefully I was. Oh, hopefully today is the Bills' funeral. Hopefully it is. If not, it probably will be next week when they play Baltimore. But I mean, please Denver. If Denver wins this, I will no longer be upset about them beating KC in the final week of the season. They beat Buffalo. They fully deserved everything. The big thing is opening drives are so hard to gauge if that's going to be the tone of the game. Like that was a brilliant opening drive, but we have to wait and see how things go from here. But man, that was beautiful, man. That was a beautiful throw. All right, Denver gonna send this one down, and it will be returnable beginning from about the 6, maybe the 7, and going to work his way past the 30 to about the 33. And out comes Josh Allen. Now all of a sudden needing to respond. Yeah, Nix has been throwing dots the entirety of this season. That's just another one on top of it. And it must feel good for him to connect with Troy Franklin in a deep shot like that because he missed him a few times this year already. So having that one that connects must feel good. Let's see how Buffalo responds. Allen in shotgun, back to his right, two receiving options to each side. Going to send a man in motion left to right as Allen play actions looks to throw. Pass over the middle. It's going to be caught for a first down and more. Just shy of midfield to the 49 as Khalil Shakir on the reception. And Buffalo. See what Buffalo can do. A Broncos Commanders Super Bowl would be fantastic to watch. I don't think it'll be necessarily a great game like some other matchups, but it should be a fun game. Like, there'll be a lot of chaos in that matchup. Allen under center, back behind him, ball on their own 48 as he's going to hand this off to James Cook right side. Has the lane, getting the edge, first down and more, inside the 40, out of bounds near the 36. All right. Are we going to have a shootout today? I wouldn't be too surprised if this is a shootout. Buffalo's defense scares me with how they played the final 5 weeks of the season. Like, they were not a great defense. So we'll see. If we have a shootout. Allen under center, back behind him. Two receiving options to each side. First and 10, going to hand this off once again for Cook. Up the middle, he's going to get to about the 30, pushing forward to maybe the 29. We'll see if they gave him, see where they said his forward progress was stopped. But that's a gain of 7. Okay. I am all for a high scoring affair. Because those two playoff games yesterday, well, the first one was good. The Steelers, man, the Steelers. Allen in shotgun, back to his left. Three receivers to the right. Going to quick pass right side, screen for Shakir. Has good blocking, a first down, and inside the 25 to the 23. Bills are moving the ball really well. And they're moving the ball effectively. And to be fair, Joe Brady, the man they're showing off right here on the broadcast, the OC, he's getting some looks for head coaching opportunities next year, this offseason. Allen said in the presser during this week that Brady does nothing, and no one team should look for him. That's a great sign for a team trying to make him a head coach. Allen in shotgun, two receivers to each side, going to drop back, looking to throw. Has time, pass right side is caught by Kincaid. Inside the 22, the 19, maybe the 18. The Bills have entered the red zone for the first time today. 9:50 to go in the first. Officially ruling it a gain of 5. Denver stacking the box. Allen under center, back behind him. Two receiving options to each side. He's going to hand this off to James Cook. Trying to bounce it out left side and going to gain maybe 3 on the play. Up to roughly the 15. Sets up a third and short. All right. This would be a big stand for Denver's defense. Hold them to a field goal opening drive. Keep the lead, giving the offense the ball back. Allen in shotgun, back to his left. Three receivers to the right. Going to shift the back to his right as he hands this off up the middle. And he's going to fight forward. We'll see what the spot is. I think this... And they're marking him just short. Will be 4th and inches. Ty Johnson on the carry. And Buffalo going hurry up. It's 4th and inches from just outside, from about the 14. Allen under center. QB sneak. And he's going to get it with ease as well as an extra 2 yards down to about the 11, 1st and 10 for Buffalo. Not surprised by that at all. All right, Allen in shotgun. 1st and 10 from the 11. Cook to his right. 3 receiving options to the right as well. They hand this off to James Cook up the middle. He gets inside the 10 to about the 8, a gain of 3. Again, opening drives don't tell, oftentimes they don't tell the full story. So this being kind of a more long-winded drive, honestly, is a good thing as well for the Bills. Allen alone in shotgun. 3 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Ball inside the 10 at the 8.5. Allen to throw. Gonna step up and try to escape some pressure. Rolling right, throw in end zone and incomplete. Had a man too far outside. Dawson knocks the intended target, and it's 3rd and 7. It was there, but the pressure forced a bad throw. Good by Denver. You get that pressure in on Allen when you can. Yeah, just off the mark. All right, 3rd and 7. Make the stand. Gotta be able to make the stand here. Allen alone in shotgun. 3 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Looking to throw. Quick pass over the middle is too high and incomplete. Looking for, I believe, Amari Cooper in the back of the end zone. Wasn't on target. And the Bills will send out Tyler Bass and his field goal unit. Just like the previous one, it was there. Just needed a little bit better of a throw. This is a massive win for Denver. After 2 opening drives, you have a 4-point lead. 26-yard kick for Tyler Bass from the left hash. High snap going to still get the kickoff, and it's good. The 4-point game. Denver has the lead and about to be getting the ball right back. I feel like if you're a Broncos fan, you have to be feeling good about this game so far. It's still early, but at the same time, I mean, your defense makes a red zone stand against a really good red zone offense. And then on the opening drive of the game, your offense played really well. So I think you have to be feeling pretty good if you're a Broncos fan right now. A Bills fan, probably no room for concern just yet, as it is just the opening drives. But you're going to need your defense to step up a little bit here soon. And so far, this could be a really damn good game. We're at commercial break. Again, so far, I'm liking what we're seeing. The hope of an upset reigns true still. It would be it technically would be the second upset of these playoffs. I mean, I've pretty much very few people had Houston actually winning against the Chargers. I'm one of the people who had the Chargers expected to win, so that's an upset. And in this game, the potential as well. Mac Hollins arrived at the stadium today dressed like Fred Flintstone. He better have a touchdown pass. Yeah. Just coming back from the commercial break. Buffalo set to send this one down with 7:07 to play in the first quarter and down by 4. Scoring on both of the opening drives already a far cry difference from the 2 games yesterday. Kick return touchdown. Come on, Marvin Mims kick return right here. Bass gonna send this one down, and it will be out the back of the end zone for a touchback. Okay, fair. All right. This Broncos offense. See what they can do on their second drive. First play of this drive. Nix and shotgun back behind him. Receiver sent in motion right to left. As Nick's gonna play action, look to throw, rolling left. Passing in, gonna be caught left side for about 2. A broken play that still gets some positive yards. Good shit. That's a key thing that we've seen from Nix this year, especially the second half of the season. He's just his composure in the pocket is really nice for a rookie. And yeah, and he's been using college for like 7 years, but still. He's in shotgun back to his left. 2 receiving options to each side. 2nd and 8 from the 32. And going to hand this off up the middle for Javonte Williams, who bulldozes forward for about 2.5 yards. And there is a player down for the Bills. Slow to get up. This Bills defense can't afford to lose anyone else. That's a tough injury. Ooh. Yeah, that's helmet to helmet, right? That's crown of helmet to crown of helmet. Ugh. Jeez. Yeah, commercial break, injury timeout. Yeah, that's okay. That's a scary injury. Crown of helmet to crown of helmet. All right. And that's just a tough one. Plays in the gap like that, they're risky, and that's part of the reason. Okay, we'll see. Till that commercial break. Ugh. All right, just coming back from the commercial break due to the injury timeout. He's up. He's walking on his own. That's good to see. It's Tyrone Johnson who went down, heading to the medical tent. It's good to see that he's just walking. He's walking on his own and everything. That's good to see. All right, 3rd and 6 for Denver, trying to avoid a 3 and out on this drive. Nix in shotgun, back to his right. 3 receivers to the left. Buffalo sending pressure. Nix to throw. Good pressure picked up, rolling to his right, trying to buy some time. And going to make one miss, but going to step out of bounds shortly thereafter, shy of the first down marker. Which, not the greatest of plays. Yeah. Yeah, no one's really open. It's a smart decision. You'd rather just punt it down instead of force anything. All right. So Denver going to send this down. 4th and 5. Punt comes off clean. And it's a great punt. Return beginning from the 10. Makes one man missing. Is out of bounds near the 18 and a half. Khalil Shakir on the return. That's a beautiful punt. That's how you flip the field. That is a beautiful punt. 5:32 to play in the quarter. Buffalo with the ball for this next drive. I mean, that is legit a beautiful, beautiful punt. And no commercial break between drives. Going right back into it. Josh Allen taking the field. Trying to take the lead. Ball on their own 19-yard line. Allen in shotgun. A back to each side. Going to look to throw. Has some time. Going to step up in the pocket and throw over the middle. That's caught by Dalton Kincaid. And going to be a gain of roughly 7. All right. Denver feels so close to be able to get pressure in and get home. So 2nd and 3, Allen under center, back behind him. 3 receiving options to the right. Going to toss this right side with Ty Johnson, who has a lane. First down and more, past the 35 and down to about the 37. All right. Yeah, that's beautiful blocking. Maybe a missed hold in there. I don't think it was enough, though, to warrant the flag, but there's definitely an argument. Allen under center, back and fullback behind him. Handoff up the middle for James Cook. Going to bulldoze and fight his way. Still going. Feet still moving. Pile still being pushed. Past midfield down to the plus 47. That pile was pushed for a solid 10 yards. That's some good running right there. Yeah, the pile started at the 40, 45-ish, getting up past midfield and past, yeah, roughly a 10-yard pile push there from James Cook. What a run. Deion Dawkins helping out massively on that as well. Allen under center, back behind him, going to give it to James Cook once again, and this time the pile won't be pushed that far, and he gets about 4 on the play up to the 44, but there is a flag as well. And they picked up the flag, actually, it seems. Okay. And ruling in a gain of 3 as well. So 2nd and 7 coming up. So Allen in shotgun, 2 receivers to each side. In the motion, one of them from the left to the right. Hook in the backfield, 2 is left. 2nd and 7. And there's movement up front pre-snap. There's the flag flying for a false start on Buffalo. Gonna push them back 5. All right. So a 2nd and 12 now. Allen in shotgun back to his left. 3 receivers to the right. Ball now on the plus 49-yard line. 2:50 to play in the quarter. Allen looking to throw. Has some time. Plenty of time. Looking to step to his right. A rolling right. Still room to run. And keeping himself right side after making a man miss in the backfield and picks up about 10. I mean, yeah, that's Josh Allen for you. And this Bills offensive line. Like, beautiful job keeping Allen upright. He could have fit this somewhere, but yeah, just keep it yourself. All right, 3rd and 3. Allen is shotgun back to his right, going to keeping himself up the middle on a read option. That's a first down and more inside the 35 to the 33. All right. The Bears are looking to interview Marcus Freeman for their head coach opening. Please no. I ain't even a Bears fan. I don't want that to happen. He's a great coach, don't get me wrong, but he doesn't feel like he can go to the NFL as a coach. Allen under center, back behind him. 1st and 10 from the plus 33. Play action looking to throw. Pressure coming and just gonna spike it at the feet of an attempted screen. 2nd and 10. There you go. See, Denver got pressure. It was because it was a screenplay, but he still got pressure. That's a key thing. If you need to be able to get pressure and get home with that pressure, if you're gonna beat Buffalo, you can't give Allen a lot of time in the pocket. Yeah, there's been a few missed calls and so that's the nature. Holden's one of those subjective things that's kind of weird with it. Allen to throw in 2nd and 10, has some time. Going to throw it right side, that's caught, and going to work his way to the 28. That's Keon Coleman to make it a much more manageable 3rd down, about 3rd and 5. Like, yeah, I've seen some missed Holdens as well, but they weren't egregious enough to be called. It's all just that's the thing. That's the thing with Holden is a lot of it is subjective. Allen is shotgun, 2 receivers to each side, a back to his right. 3rd and 5. What could be the final play of the quarter? Allen to throw. Quick pass over the middle is caught, and that's a 1st down, gain of 6 for Curtis Samuel. And yeah, that could be the final play of the quarter, but the Bills do technically have enough time to run one more play. All right, yep, they're going to let that clock run. End of the 1st quarter. So Denver with the lead, but Buffalo is driving inside the 30. All right, that's a pretty solid 1st quarter of play. Not a lot of penalties, not a lot of clock stoppages, some damn good, clean football. Love to see it. Love to see it. We'll see what the 2nd quarter brings, but that's not bad. And yeah, there's gonna be missed penalties and stuff, but as long as it's not like an egregious penalty that was missed, I'm like whatever. Did people find a Colin Kaepernick burner account after the Chargers game yesterday? That would be funny. Yep, so that commercial break for the end of the first quarter. Second quarter will begin momentarily. And it's been a pretty solid game. All right. Just coming back from the commercial break. Bills with ball in plus territory at a plus 28. We're back to Highmark Stadium. If it was any other year, Buffalo, I would say Allen to throw in interceptions, a good chance. But he's been pretty solid this year with interceptions. So we'll see. Allen in shotgun back to his right, going to hand this off to James Cook up the middle, and he's going to get inside the 20 to the 16. That ball on the 21, actually. It's going to be about 2nd and 5 coming up. Allen under center, back behind him, 3 receiving options to the right, going to hand this off to James Cook once again up the middle. And he's going to fight his way inside the 15 to about the 13.5 before being brought down. A 3rd down for this Bills offense once again. Last time they had this situation, they couldn't convert and had to settle for the field goal. Can they keep the drive alive here and try and get into the end zone? Allen in shotgun, back to his right. 3 receivers to the left. Leading the 11-yard line. And the Bills are going to call their first timeout. I guess Allen didn't like what he was seeing or something, but the play clock was winding down, and he just said, let's call a timeout and regroup. All right, that's interesting. Having to call a timeout in that situation. All right, 3rd and 3. Allen in shotgun back to his right. 3 receivers to the left. Going to send one in motion left to right. Allen rolling to his left on the QB keeper. He's going to get the first down and more inside the 5 to about the 4.5. And I can roll him at the 5. Design QB keeper on 3rd and 3. I like the play call. I like that play call for Buffalo. It makes sense. 3rd and short. Just give it to the guy you know you can get it. The 1st and goal from the 5. Allen under center, back behind him. Going to hand this off to James Cook up the middle. And he's going to fight his way in for the touchdown. Bills take the lead. An extra point away from a 3-point lead. There's a difference between the weather that's in Buffalo right now and the weather in Denver. in part because of the altitude. Like for as cold as it can get in Buffalo, the altitude does make a difference. I mean, I think because of like yeah, they're used to cold climates and stuff, so I still think I still think Denver will be fine. They're not gonna be affected by it too much. The extra point by Tyler Bass is up and good. And plus jet lag still. I mean, there's still a two. Yeah, it's still a 2 hour time difference between Buffalo and Denver. That definitely does play a factor. Right, Buffalo scores on each of their first two drives. It's a pretty damn good way to start the game. Especially with forcing the three down on defense just right before. I mean, Buffalo is building something here. All right, we'll see. I mean, I think Denver needs something here. Obviously, you can't get too far behind while playing Buffalo. We'll see. Commercial break. We'll see. It's tough to say. I mean, obviously, if you're Denver, the main thing is you just can't go 3 and out on this drive. You need to have a solid drive built and give your defense some time to rest. But man, all right, kickoff underway. This is going to be bounced into the back of the end zone for a touchback. I believe that bounced at the goal line, so Denver will begin to drive from the 30. We'll see. But you definitely are looking to have a more successful drive here. Maybe not exactly what the first drive was, but a field goal drive can definitely help. Nix Nix under center, back and fullback behind the ball in the 30, going to hand this off up the middle. And that's a good room to run, pick up of about 7 for Denver. A 2nd and 3 coming up. All right, Nix under center once again. Back behind him, 2 receiving options to each side. And going to Jets, going to end around this with Marvin Mims left side. Stiff arming and fighting his way for about 4, maybe 5 on the play. Picks up the first down nonetheless. All right, Nixon shotgun back to his right. 3 receiving options to the right as well. First and 10 from the 41. Gonna play action, look to throw. Has time. Pass over the middle is off the hands and incomplete. Gordon and Sutton couldn't hang on to that. But it was a beautifully placed ball by Nix nonetheless. And that's when Sutton needs to catch. Yeah, that's a great throw. Through the hands, off the face mask. You gotta catch that ball. So second and 10, Nix under center, back and fullback behind him. Play clock winding down. Then they get the snap off in time as he hands this off up the middle. And going to gain maybe 2 for Javonte Williams, but sets up a 3rd and 8. All right, 3rd and 8. Nixon shotgun back to his left. Going to look to throw. Rolling to his right. Throw in right side. Has a man, but just too far inside. Incomplete. Looking for Cortland Sutton again. He had him, but just off target. All right, so you pick up 1 first down that drive, but would have definitely liked to see more. It's a good decision. It was there. Yeah, that bounces. All right, gonna punt this one once again. Oh, it's a fake throwing left side as the man is caught. Marvin Mims caught past the 45 to the 41. The Broncos successfully pulled off the fake punt, keeping the drive alive. That's a big time play. That is a risky decision, but man, does it pull off. Or man, does it work out. That's not the greatest of throws, but for a punter, that's pretty damn good. All right, Denver. From the plus 42, Nixon shotgun, people all around him, going to hand this off up the middle for Javonte Williams, going to fight his way for about 5, maybe 6 on the play, just shy of the 35-yard line. Second and 4, Nixon shotgun, a back to each side, going to motion one of them out wide to the right as a throw in right side for a screen that way. Going to lose about 3 for Marvin Mims. I should not be as surprised as I am that Sean Payton, of all people, ran a fake punt in the playoffs. I mean, that man loves the special teams chaos. 3rd and 7. Nix in shotgun back to his right, 3 receivers to the left. Gonna look to throw. Buffalo sending pressure. Nix launching one deep, left side, and going to be incomplete, overthrown. Just a helmet, just a fucking someone's down there kind of pass towards Cortland Sutton. It's 4th and 7. Yeah, Von Miller came off clean off the left side, or off the right side, but it's good on Bo Nix to realize that and just chuck it out of bounds. And they're gonna send out the punting unit once again. So that all that fake punt stuff, pretty much for naught. Denver successfully did a fake punt. And now they're punting from their own 39, trying to pin Buffalo deep. Gonna bounce at the 5, and they pin Buffalo at their own 1-yard line. Marvin Mims doing good shit all around the field today. Yeah, Denver successfully pulled off a fake punt, and then pretty much did nothing afterwards. And now they pin Buffalo. Pin Buffalo at the 1-yard line. So I like the decision to fake the punt there initially, and to be fair, it did kind of work. You get pretty close to field goal range there. But having a punt still, like, come on, you need to get a little bit more yards off of that. Like, that's a type of decision in a play you make in order to get points off of that drive, not necessarily to just pin Buffalo deep. You could have done that anyway. Well, all right. Yeah, we're at a commercial break as well right now, so not missing anything. I mean, like, if Denver was able to get something out of that fake punt, it could have been a game-changing play. But now it's kind of just like a whatever situation. Because now you need a defense to try and push Buffalo back a bit, get that safety, or if anything, force them to punt it from their own end. And your defense so far today hasn't really shown to do much of that. But this would be the perfect time to turn it around. Yeah, ball on Buffalo's own 1-yard line. So Allen under center, back behind him. Ball on your own 1-yard line. No, don't have a lot of room to work here. They're trying to get people to jump. There's a flags flying pre-snap. Did they do it successfully? I don't think anyone moved past the line though. It might be a false start. I don't think any Broncos moved past the line of scrimmage. It's false start on Buffalo. So half the distance to the goal for still first down. Still pretty much going to be 1st and 10. I like the idea of trying to get Denver to jump to give yourselves more breathing room. But yeah, no one jumped enough to warrant it. Because yeah, Buffalo does not have a good track record from this kind of situation. A few years back against the Vikings, Allen fumbled on a QB sneak from their own 1 yard line. That just sent the game to overtime because Minnesota picked it up for a touchdown. Allen under center, going to hand this off to James Cook. Left side, has room to run, finds a lane, and gets to the 9 yard line. A gain of 8, and there's that breathing room needed. All right. So 2nd and 1, officially ruling it a gain of 9. Allen under center, back behind him. Going to hand it off to James Cook once again. He's going to get about half a yard, just shy of the first down marker. A 3rd and inches coming up. Buffalo going hurry up. Allen under center, going to try and QB sneak this. And they do. And Allen is going to get it. He gets about 2 yards on the play. So a first down for Buffalo. They have successfully escaped their own 10-yard line. All right. Allen and shotgun back to his left. 2 receiving options to each side. Going to play action, look to throw. Allen with time, stepping up in the pocket. Now going to dump it off left side to Curtis Samuel, who's going to have room to run and picks up about 5, maybe 6. No, he didn't have Shakur. That's a smart decision by Allen just to check it down. I thought maybe we could have had Shakur on an outbreaker, but no. So Allen and shotgun back to his right, going to hand it off up the middle for, I believe that's Ray Davis, for about 3. Needed 4 is a 3rd and 1 once again for this Bills offense. So it's 3rd and 1. Allen under center, back and fullback behind him. Gonna play action, rolling to his right. Going to try and run in and keep it himself. He's going to successfully to pick up the first down. A gain of roughly 3. And the drive stays alive. So Allen, shotgun back to his right. 2 receiving options to each side. Going to drop back, looking to throw. Quick pass right side is caught by Amari Cooper, and he gets out of bounds near the 30. A gain of roughly 4. Yeah, he gets the feet down. So Allen under center, back behind him. 2nd and 5. Going to toss this left side for James Cook. Cuts it upfield. Has room to run. Bouncing outside and going to dive and stumble forward for a first down. Gain of 7 up to the 38-yard line. All right. The Bills' ground game today is working really, really well. So first and 10 from the 38. Allen under center, back behind him. Going to send a tackle in motion as they hand this off to James Cook up the middle for about 2. They brought in a tackle to claim eligibility and line up as a tight end. Then send him in motion, not a lot of Trent Williams stuff with San Francisco a few years back. All right. Yeah, this drive has been all ground basically for the Bills, and it's working well. They're killing a lot of clock. 2nd and 8. Allen and shotgun back to his left. Going to send a man in motion left to right. And there's a flag pre-snap. Gonna get Deion Dawkins on a false start. All right. Push him back. So a 2nd and 13 from their own 35. This has been a long drive for Buffalo with nothing really happening in it. Allen and shotgun back to his right. 2 receivers to each side. Dropping back, looking to throw. Pressure coming, and he's sacked. Back near the 25-yard line. There's the play that this Denver defense has needed. Forcing a 3rd and long. Zach Allen getting the sack. And that's the kind of play this defense has been waiting for. Getting pressure and getting home. It's now a 3rd and 21 for this Bills offense. 2:22 to go in the half. If Denver getting the ball back before the half could be, I mean, it could be, actually it would be big if they can score. Because Buffalo gets ball to begin the second half. So Denver is trying to possibly take the lead. At the very least, keep this a 3-point game. But what was a very exciting first two drives of this game have kind of cooled down a bit, getting more of a defensive focus to everything. And Buffalo is still just relying on this ground game when they can. But it's a 3rd and 21 with 2:22 to play in the half. Allen and shotgun back to his left. 3 receivers to the right. Denver sending everyone back in coverage. Allen to throw. Quick pass over the middle is caught. Going to work his way to the 39, shy of the first down marker. Khalil Shakir on the reception. And that can bring us to the 2-minute warning. It will be a 4th and 8. So Buffalo has a decision to make, kind of. He got 13 on that one. That brings us to the 2-minute warning. So 2-minute warning, I will quickly be right back. All right, we back. Select commercial break for the 2-minute warning. Still at commercial break. Buffalo has a 4th and 8 coming up from their own 39. They have a decision to make. In theory, they could go for it, but I don't know how good of a decision that will be. The Bills are able to move the ball relatively well today. I would imagine they just punt this and send this down, as we're just coming back from the commercial break. So we'll see. All right, yeah. The Buffalo is just going to send out the punting unit. Smart decision. Marvin Mims back to return. Sam Martin to send this one down. All right, the punt comes off clean. And this is going to be returned beginning from the 15 and brought down there right as well. Mac Hollins playing a hammer of a hit on Marvin Mims. All right, former Dolphin making play. Yeah, that's a nice hit by Hollins. There is a flag now on the play, probably afterwards and everything. So we'll see what this is. Seems like there was a scrum that happened. If this is on Buffalo, they're giving Denver the ball at the 30, basically. If this is on Denver, they're going to be backed up inside their own 10. So that drastically changes what you can expect from this. It's a personal foul on Denver. Half the distance to the goal, first down. Can't have it. Can't have it there. You can't have that. And it brings us to a commercial break. All right. See what Denver can do. If they can get points before the half here, make it a tied game at the least, and during halftime, they're feeling a little bit better. But the thing is, their offense hasn't done much outside of that first drive. We'll see. We will see. All right. Still at commercial break. Still at commercial break. Like again, Denver has to be looking for a field goal on this drive. Even with them starting backed up like they are, you have to be looking for a field goal at the very least. Now, that's not saying you do reckless shit like do more fake punts or going for it deep in your own territory. But if you get near midfield and it's a fourth and short, fourth and medium, you need to at least think about it more. Like if it's 4th and 5 from your own from like the 50 from your own 45, you at least keep the offense on the field initially. Denver called a timeout at some point previous. All right, ball from their own 8-yard line. Nix and shotgun looking to throw. Has some time, pass over the middle. It's caught by Javonte Williams. He's going to get to the 15 before being brought down. And Denver going a bit of hurry up. Nix and shotgun back to his left. 3 receiving options to the right. Gonna look to throw. Buffalo trying to send pressure. Gets picked up well. Nix throwing right side. It's caught, but just shy of the first down marker. Right near that 17-yard line when they needed the 17 and a half. Third and 1. Clock continues to tick. Nix under center, back behind him. 3 receiving options to the right, bunched up. Going to QB, sneak up the middle, and does he get it? The line judge says he did. They gain roughly 1.5 yards, maybe 2 on that. Pick up the first down, and Denver will call their first timeout. Or their second timeout. All right, 57 seconds to go in the half. Again, Denver mainly looking to get a field goal out of this, which, judging on their previous drive, might be more so along the plus 35-yard line. Which, if your kicker can't hit from 55, that's eh. That's why it's like, yeah, it's Will Lutz is your kicker, so I would imagine he can hit from like 55-ish. So you're looking for 37, 38-yard line maybe. Definitely the 35 and in gets you field goal range. Nix alone in shotgun. 3 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. Going to look to throw. Has time. Going to step to his left to buy more. Going to keep it himself along that left side. First down and sliding down past the 30 to the 31. Going hurry up. 45 seconds. Nixon shotgun. Going to look to throw. 3 receivers to the right. Has some time. Going to throw it left side along the sideline. And that's caught for a first down. Cortland Sutton. Gain of roughly 13. 27 seconds left. Beautiful toe drag. Does he get that left foot down? It's close. Yeah, okay, the left foot was down. The ball on the 42, roughly. Nixon shotgun, going to look to throw. Buffalo sending pressure. Gets picked up well. Pass right side is going to be too low, incomplete. Looking for Marvin Mims. All right. Yeah, 35-yard line is what they're saying field goal range is. So Nixon shotgun, back to his left. 3 receiving options to the right. Gonna drop back, looking to throw. 20 seconds left in the half. Nix rolling to his right to buy time. Throwing right side. Has a man too far outside. Incomplete. Trying to make a diving grab, but couldn't hang on just past the fingertips. But there is a flag on the play. 15 seconds to go in the half. What's the penalty? He had him. It's defensive holding on Buffalo, so tack on 5. Oh, but Nix had him. He had him. That would have been field goal range. There's a chance of there's a touchdown on that. He had him. How is the Vikings over Rams an underdog? What? Knicks alone in shotgun, and they're going to be a stoppage pre-snap as Buffalo will call their second timeout. No shot Minnesota's the underdogs today or tomorrow night, right? No shot. No. Okay, I don't know what the crew at NFL Network is thinking, but Minnesota's the favorites, which makes sense. I don't get how that many people think the Rams are gonna. I mean, I think the Rams can keep it close, but come on. All right, 1st and 10, 15 seconds to go. One timeout remaining for Denver. Need about 17-ish yards maybe for field goal range. Safe bet is 20. Knicks in shotgun. 3 receiving options to the right. Back to his left. Gonna look to throw. Rolling right. Buying time. Has a man. Throwing right side. Has a man. That's caught by Cortland Sutton inside the 35 to the 31. 5 seconds to go in the half, and Denver calls their final timeout. Well, there you have it. You got what you needed. That's a great pass on the run by Nix and a good catch by Sutton. Good job getting the extra yards needed to pick up field goal range. And out comes the field goal unit. Will Lutz, the kicker for the Denver Broncos. Looking to make this a tied game entering the half. His career long is 55, which is crazy. With how some other kickers have been kicking this year. It's a 50-yard kick from the right hash to tie this game up at 10. Snap good, hold good, kick up, and it doinks! Doinks off the right upright. No good. Oh, Denver, you had the opportunity. Had plenty of leg, but just couldn't get it. He kicked it too straight. Needed to hook that left a little bit. And that gets us to halftime. All right. This only being a 3-point game is still a damn good game for Denver. They're playing really well in this, all things considered. But you could have you tie it up there. You're sitting and feeling so much better. All right, Buffalo gets ball to begin the second half. That's probably the worst bit about this. Is now you're down by 3 with the Bills getting the ball back. At least if the game is tied, you can just match whatever Buffalo did. Now you put a little bit more pressure on your defense. Oh, it was there, man. No. Kicking the field goal was 100% the right choice there. Like that was 100% the correct decision. My thing is, it's just unfortunate. Like it is doinking that is unfortunate. Because he had the leg. The guy lived with it, and it was the correct choice. If he make that's a kick that if you ask him to kick it again, he makes it the next 9 times. So it's just unfortunate he missed it this time. But hey, that's the nature of things. The main thing is you can't. You better hope that that kick does not decide the game in the end. Like either you better hope you win or Buffalo wins by more than 3. Like that kick cannot decide this game. That would be really really unfortunate. Again, that's just unfortunate. But yeah, that's the nature of things. Ball doesn't always bounce your way. You gotta build off of it. You just gotta bounce back. Let's see, we're at halftime. Buffalo gets ball to begin the second half. It's a tough kick to end the half. The offense moved the ball well, though. That's too much play a whole new half. All right, that was weird. Yeah. Sucks. Again, key thing is you need to come out the half and just play better. Is it at halftime? Next game, Eagles versus the Packers at 4:30. I'll be live for that one. I'll be live for every single playoff game. We have Eagles Packers at 4:30. That should be a great game. And then tonight is Buccaneers Commanders. That could be a damn good game as well. And then since the season is closely approaching, we're about 2.5 months out from the UFL season. See the XFL jersey right there behind me. I will be live for damn near every single UFL game, including their playoffs and everything, covering that season. It's more football in the spring. It's fun. Bunch of legends that we've seen this season for the NFL got to start there and got to chant their first real opportunity there. So stick around. Really appreciate it. And also, once the first of a few different video essays I've been working on comes out during Pro Bowl week or during NFL Honors, one of those two. And yeah, there'll be a bunch of video essays throughout the NFL offseason as well. Yeah, stick around. I really appreciate it. Yeah, we'll see. I think if Denver comes out the half right with the right mindset, the key thing is you need to start stopping the run a bit better. Allen has not really thrown the ball much today. He has 12 attempts. He's like 9 for 12 with 69 yards. He hasn't been asked to throw a lot today. He has been running, and they've been using James Cook a bit. But if you can kind of slow down the run, you have to be feeling relatively good. You can obviously once you slow down the run, you then have to deal with Allen's arm. There's a reason Allen is an MVP candidate. It's not just because his legs, his arm talent is insane as well. But it's a case where if you make it so you need to be able to get pressure, you need to be able to get home with the pressure, you need to be able to stop the run. All tough things to ask when going against Buffalo. Yeah, we'll see. It's halftime. And what I'll do real quick. Just prepare for the next game. Still at halftime, commercial break. Again, Players been the score doesn't really showcase how good of a game this has been, but it has been a pretty damn good game. We'll see how both of these teams emerge in the second half is going to decide this. But we'll see. We shall see. All right, just coming out of halftime, it seems. These are showcasing Highmark Stadium some more. Commercial break again. Okay. All right, second half where legends are made, especially in the playoffs. Here we shall see. Still had commercial breaks at halftime. Yeah. Still at halftime, still commercial break. Second half should be beginning momentarily. All right. All right, second again. Second. I forget how long halftime can be sometimes. Still at commercial breaks. All right, here we go. Third quarter. About to be underway. Denver gonna send this one down to Buffalo after a doink after a doink on a 50-yard field goal kept this a 7-10 game at the half. 30 minutes. Legends can be made within this time, especially playoff time. The second half is a big time moment for a lot of teams. And a young team like Denver, a team that had really no expectations for this season, still dealing with the dead cap from the Russell Wilson departure. Denver can be a scary team for years and years to come, and it could all start with a good win against Buffalo today, or even just a good game against Buffalo. Not necessarily need to win this, but a big second half definitely feels needed. All right, waiting for the refs to signal is good to go. And the second half kickoff is underway. Lutz sends it down. This will be returned beginning from about the 4, maybe the 5. And going to work his way past the 30, breaking some tackles and finding room to run up to the 35-yard line is Ty Johnson on the return. So the Bills can have some pretty good starting field position for this drive. Sean Payton is 0-8 when trailing at halftime in the postseason. That's not. That is not. What? Really? Why does that sound fake? Allen under center, back behind him, going to give this to James Cook up the middle, who finds a lane and picks up about 6, maybe 5. How is Sean Payton 0-8 when trailing at the half in his postseason career? Super Bowl ring. You cannot come from behind and win. All right, 2nd and 5. Allen under center, back and fullback behind him. 2nd and 5 from the 42-yard line. Going to toss this left side for James Cook, and he's going to find a lane somehow and pick up about 7 for a Buffalo first down. I don't know. That's James Cook, man. He knows how to find lanes, it seems. So yeah, if Denver wins, they go to KC in the next round. If Buffalo wins, they host Baltimore. Allen under center, back behind him. Ball on the 48, gonna play action, look to throw. Stepping up in the pocket, throw in left side. That's caught by Dawson Knox, and the Bills are moving. Yeah, that's wide open, basically. The ball on the 27. Allen's going to hand this off up the middle for Cook. Room to run. The 20-15, 10, and inside the 10 to the 8. I'm don't fully know what's going on my OBS, but should be fine. 3rd and goal from the 6. Allen in shotgun, back to his left. 3 receivers to the right. Going to look to throw. Allen with some time. Going to step back. Plenty of time. They're going to step up and trying to make something happen. Unable to. And the time runs out. Sacked back at the 8. Allen wanted a penalty in the end zone, it seems, but didn't get anything. And it's a 4th and goal. The Denver defense they bend, but they don't break to begin the second half. That's a pretty solid drive for both teams, all things considered. And now comes Tyler Bass, trying to make it a 6-point game. Made one from 26 earlier, this from 27. Kick is up, and it is good. All right, 6-point game. Still plenty of time, and Denver's about to get the ball back. Oh, yeah, I see the penalty now. I was like, Alan, what the fuck are you talking about? Because they were not showing the replay of what he wanted the penalty on until just now. Yeah, that was obvious. Come on, man. I get it now, Alan. I get it. Surtain just straight up held Kincaid in the back of the end zone and nothing was called. That's... Oh, man. Okay. It was a 6-point game because of it. Oh, man. All right. We'll see what Denver can do in their first drive of the half, but down by 6, you're probably gonna need something. Your defense hasn't done the greatest of jobs today. I mean, it's been a very solid defensive show, and considering it's against Buffalo. But at the same time, like Buffalo's moving the ball down the field pretty well against this defense today. And this is kind of where that joint field goal comes back a little bit. All right. Back from the commercial break. Bass sends this one down. And is going to bounce to the back of the end zone for a touchback. So Denver will begin from the 30. This is a big drive for the Broncos. 10 minutes to play in the third. First drive of the half. This is Jim Nance's 500th NFL game he's calling. Damn. That's a legend right there, man. All right, 1st and 10 for Denver. Nix under center, back behind him. First play of the half is a handoff up the middle that goes nowhere. Maybe gets half a yard. They're just showing the refs on the Bills sideline, probably saying, "Yeah, we fucked up on that no holding call there." So 2nd and 9, they gave Javonte Williams a yard in that previous run. Nix in shotgun back to his right, 2 receivers to each side. Going to give it to Williams once again up the middle, breaks 1 tackle and stays on his feet to pick up about 4. A 3rd and 5 coming up. So 3rd and 5, Nix in shotgun, back to his right, looking to throw. Has some time, going to step up and throw over the middle, and it's incomplete through the hands of Troy Franklin. And it's a 3-and-out for this Denver offense. Can't have it. Cannot have in that situation. That's a tough miss. That's a tough miss. Punt comes off clean. And it's going to be fair caught at the 27. So Bills will start from there. All right, brings us to a commercial break. 3-and-out to begin the half for this Denver offense was not what you're looking for. All right. We'll see. This Denver defense is going to need to come up with something. We'll see. So that commercial break. All right. Yeah, they're showing some highlights from 1991 AFC Championship. Yeah, that was what? That was the 3rd of 4 straight for the Bills, 91. They ended up losing the Super Bowl that year, that's all I know. Because it was what? It was yeah, it was 88, 89. No. Was it 89, 90, 91, 92? The four straight. Anyway, first play of the drive. Allen under center, back behind him. Ball on the 27, going to hand this off to James Cook, who's going to maybe get a yard on the play. All right, that's a good play for this Denver defense. So Allen in shotgun for the 2nd and 9. 3 receivers to the right. Going to look to throw. Had some time, pass left side is caught by Shakir. Going to be a first down and stayed on his feet. Do big contact to pick up an extra 2 or 3 yards. Up past the 40 to the 41. There's a 1st and 10 from the 41. Allen in shotgun back to his right. Going to hand this off up the middle and some room. And going to gain about 7-ish on the play. That's Ray Davis. But there is a flag. Going to be holding on Buffalo. To push him back. That's a 1st and 20 from the 31. Allen in shotgun back to his left. 3 receivers to the right. And to send one of them in motion. That's Amari Cooper being sent in motion as Allen looks to throw. He has some time. They're going to escape to his right. Room to run if he so chooses. Going to try and make one man miss. He does. And going to pick up about 8 on the play. Maybe just 7. Either way, a good gain of yards there for what was otherwise a relatively broken play due to a broken pocket. All right. I say relatively broken because like there was definitely a shape of a pocket there, but it's a good job from Allen. So 2nd and 13, Allen gonna look to throw. Denver sending pressure. Quick pass right side is overthrown, and Ray Davis gets clocked. And there's the flag. See, Ray Davis is down. He's not getting up. He got absolutely clocked on that pass. Allen just lofted it out there because pressure was in his face. Was overthrown, and Davis gets. That's a hospital pass, there, man. Yeah, personal foul on Denver. Automatic first down. Crazy. That's a correct read, but whew. I would want to throw that more back shoulder to protect him. But that's a dangerous pass and ran into a commercial break because of it. Like, yeah, like leading the receiver in that situation typically can be good, but when it's a case where you have that safety help, sometimes it's better just to throw back shoulder and protect your receiver. Like in that case, you probably want to go back shoulder there. Man, Ray Davis has been a great player for Buffalo this year. I hope he ends up being fine. But that's a hospital pass by Allen, man. Jeez. You gotta throw that back shoulder. And I know it's tough because there's pressure legit right in his face, but that's bad. And it's a tough one. We'll see. They'll a commercial break because of it. All right, he's being helped to the locker room, but he's walking and everything. That's good to see. And he's been having a great rookie season for Buffalo as kind of a running back three. So I hope everything's okay there. All right, that's a tough hit. So Allen under center, back and fullback behind him, going to hand it off to James Cook up the middle. He gains about a yard, maybe a yard and a half. Yeah, that's tough. That's a tough one. So Allen in shotgun, back to his right, two receiving options to each side. Going to drop back, looking to throw. Denver sending pressure, but gets picked up. Pass over the middle is caught by Dawson Knox for a first down and a gain of roughly 13, maybe 14. All right. So Allen in shotgun back to his right. Three receiving options to the right as well. Going to send one of them in motion right to left. As Allen's going to play action, look to throw. Has some time passing right side and well off the mark, overthrown. Looking for Keon Coleman, but he missed him by about 10 yards. I'm from Florida. I'm a Dolphin fan. Yeah, I have the Bills jersey on just because I don't have a Broncos jersey basically. But yeah, I'm a Dolphin fan. Go Florida. The weather's actually been pretty solid here in Florida the past week or so. It the Texans played damn well yesterday. I very much underestimated them. Allen in shotgun going to hand this off to James Cook. Good patient running to pick up about two from that right side. Reason here? Yeah. I have a few friends who are over in Texas right now. Jeez. It is weird. Like it's the weather's just been weird in this time of year. Even last year on this time it was weird. But yeah. As a Texans fan, how you feeling about the next round? Either playing KC or was it or Baltimore? Would it be? No, I don't know. Quick pass left side going to pass going to be caught by Shakir on 3rd and 8. Gets to about the 25 and brought down. It's about 2 yards shy of the first. But yeah, Rex Ryan's comments as well. Like, I get why he said the stuff he did, because again, like, I was also in a boat of like, I don't see how the Chargers lose this game until they actually did go out there and play like shit. Yeah, if Bills win, no, y'all play KC. But if Denver wins, yeah, it would be Baltimore. So, who would you rather play, KC or Baltimore? As it's 4th and 1, Allen is shotgun. Gonna motion someone into the backfield to his left, looking to throw. Gonna escape to his right, trying to buy some more time. Has plenty of time though. Pressure ain't gotten there quite yet. Throwing for the end zone now. Going to be. Holy shit! It's caught by Ty Johnson in the back of the end zone. On 4th and 1, the Bills go 25 yards. And they're looking to take a 13-point lead. KC, yeah, fair. Yeah, he gets a knee down. What a play. What a catch. Jeez. Yeah, it makes sense rather play KC. I mean, the first half, really, yeah, the first half of that game yesterday, I was like, okay, yeah, this is kind of what I expected. But Stroud, man, he can turn it up when he needs to. It's impressive. I definitely need to get myself a Texans jersey at some point. I plan to. Like, I have a bunch of jerseys behind me. I plan to get at least one jersey from every team at some point. So I'm trying to like, plan out what some of those will be. So I did, yeah, the Texans jersey's on that list. Yeah, man, they're showing this replay still of that touchdown. What a grab! It was not the greatest of passes, but it was he put enough into it for that to be called. Oh yeah, Buffalo can 100% beat Baltimore. It's gonna be a tough game though, because the first time they played, it was not great for Buffalo. And yeah, for as much as I like what Houston showed yesterday, I'm still just worried about that offense specifically. The defense proved me wrong instantly, basically. The defense proved me wrong for sure. Like I feel better about that defense now, but I don't know. There's something about that, something about your offense. I'm still like kind of hesitant about. Yeah, I mean, it was the main thing. The main thing I realized with the Texas offense during that game yesterday, at least until it started clicking, it's like the receiving options y'all have at this point due to the injuries. It's not a lot. It's solid, but it obviously could have been a lot better by this point of year. And yeah, and the penalties. It wasn't as egregious yesterday, I don't think, but still. I mean, I was talking about it with some friends after the stream, and it was like, yeah, that was the most college-like NFL game I've watched. Let's see, what was the penalties numbers? Okay, 8 penalties. Yeah. 19. Yeah, yeah, I forgot about that. Hey, but you got it. That happens. I mean, again, being a Dolphins fan, I've seen some crazy down and distances. Be like 8 penalties is crazy. And also on the flip side, like one of those penalties affected your field position because the interception got overturned that Derwin James caught. Like, didn't y'all still score on that drive anyway? So like, what? Unless I'm thinking of a different situation. Well, the thing is, the game will be in Buffalo this time around. When the Ravens beat the Bills earlier, that was in Baltimore. So the game being in Buffalo definitely will change things. As the Bills are gonna go for two, try and make it a 14-point game with 3:06 to play. Allen alone in shotgun, 3 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. Going to look to throw. Has some time. Going for the end zone right side, and that's caught by Keon Coleman. Bills take the 14-point lead. Yeah, field goal. Yeah, see. I've been trying not to speak a lot about the Tyreek Hill stuff just yet because we don't fully know a lot. We're getting very mixed reports about Tyreek. Like in that first offseason video I did for Miami, didn't really talk on it, but like his agent went on the Pat McAfee show and said basically that he's committed to the team, but at the same time they need to have discussions about what he wants to do. So like I feel like he'll be back, but I don't fully know. It's a wild card, and at this point with Tyreek, you kind of have to begin the process of moving away from him, despite how talented he is. And I'm not saying to trade him or anything, but you have to handle the offseason like he won't be here, even if there's a good chance he will next year. So at this point, I'm just like, whatever. I'm gonna let Tyreek go talk about it, deal with it, and everything. And then if he shows up for training camp and OTAs and stuff, then welcome. If he doesn't, oh well. Season Chiefs Bills. In the playoffs, it was wide. What was it? Wide left or wide right for Tyler Bass. But in the regular season, the Bills have had the Chiefs numbers. But you gotta be able to transfer that over to the playoffs. Be like, the other thing with Miami's receiving room is I've already want Miami to go out and get another receiver through free agency anyway. But like I like Waddle. I feel like he can be a good receiver one for us considering the style of team we have. Malik Washington played really well when he had to this season as a receiver 3. I feel like he can still stick to that role. Wherever we get in free agency, it can be a receiver 2 or receiver 1 or whatnot. And then like Jonnu Smith is a good option for receiver as well. I would like to get another solid tight end too, because Julian Hill and Durham Smythe is just not it, but that's a different thing. The teams we're playing is weird. It depends on where we play them at. Because like look at the teams who play on the road. We play a lot of playoff teams on the road, and those playoff teams are also northerner teams. That's a big thing. The key thing is if we end up playing Cleveland, I hope it's in the London game. I do not want to play Cleveland again late season in the cold. When the Hill wants to just be on a competitive team. And that's a tough thing because Miami was competitive most of the season despite everything that happened. It's a kickoff is down in the end zone for a touchback. So like when the team is doing well and everything's going, Hill is great to have around. He's just not that kind of leader that this team needs at the moment. So because of that, I will say it's negative. But even then, like you would rather have that kind of talent than not at this point. Because like we have other guys that have already been proven to be much better leaders, so you just put that pressure off of Tyreek a bit. But like at that point, like, what's the point? It's weird. Nix under center, back and fullback behind him, 1st and 10 from the 30. Going to send the receiver in motion from right to left, as Nix is going to hand this ball off to Javonte Williams up the middle for about 3. The key thing is you can tell that maybe the team itself didn't check out for Miami this year, but he 100% did, even before the whole not going back in against the Jets. So it's like, okay, well, that's where the discipline stuff comes in. Miami does definitely need better discipline standards, which is the tough thing about this team. This offseason is going to judge a lot about the future of the Dolphins. So it's going to be interesting. Nix under center going to hand it off once again up the middle, this time for only about a yard, if that. So a 3rd and roughly 6 coming up. Yeah, his best years are probably behind him. And I'm only really saying that because unlike in 22 and 23, the offense is no longer going to be centered around him. He's still going to be receiver one if he stays, but he's not going to be the number one target every single down like he was before. And that's for the betterment of this offense. But he's going to need to accept that. And I don't think he'll be able to in Miami. So he might want it out because of it. Nixon shotgun back to his right on 3rd and 6, but there's going to be a flag pre-snap calling the play dead. And there's going to be seemingly a false start on Denver. Yep, false start. Any veteran type player, especially at the receiver position, any veteran receiver, the best thing they can do is understand when their role as a number one receiver is coming to an end and adapt to it and still have that same mindset and leading capabilities as a receiver one. The grades have that mindset. Question is, can Tyreek adjust? I don't think so, and that's why it's like, not sure if I really want him here much longer, but we'll see. Nixon shotgun for 3rd and 11. Gonna drop back looking to throw. Has some time, pass over the middle, is incomplete. Dangerous throw into double coverage, and it's another 3 and out. I just don't know what team is going to be willing to take on the contract we gave Tyreek. And even so, like, I don't think we'll be able to get much out of him. Like, we might get a 1st round pick if we're lucky. But honestly, at this point, it might just be better to move on from it because our cap space is not great right now either. A punt comes off clean, going to be returned beginning from about the 18. Makes one man miss and going to cut inside. Room to run, making people miss, juking out and spitting across defenders past the 40 to the 41. I definitely think if we're going to trade Tyreek, it needs to be before the draft because I would much rather. It's a case where I would much rather have I'd much rather have like 2nd and some 3rds this year than a 1st and like 4th next year. That's why I'm like, if we're going to trade him, I want it to be sooner rather than later. Oh no, I have Dolphins jerseys. They're just not behind me right now. I have 3. It's just I wanted behind me to have the playoff teams that were in this year. So there's the playoff teams, the XFL jersey to begin the process of promoting the UFL, as I also called those games, and the one Panther jersey because I wanted another playoff team, but that was the closest thing I have. But yeah, I have there's Panther. I have 3. One of them, yeah, there's a Marino signed one right there, just off camera. And then there's 2 others that I wear during the games. I got a Dolphins jersey, don't worry. It's just they didn't make the playoffs, so they don't get put up on the playoff background. I know, I do. I know I need a Texans jersey. I plan to get one at some point. It's probably going to be one of their alternates, either that red or that I forgot what the other alternate's called, but they're probably gonna be that red alt. I really like how that looks. But yeah, I got you. I know I need a Texans jersey. Again, I want to end up getting a jersey from each team. I want on top of it, I end up wanting to go to a game at each stadium at some point. But that's for future times. Alright, so like commercial break. The thing is, like, the thing is, like, if I'm gonna get a jersey, I gotta make sure it's the right player as well. So that's where I'm like, I'm taking my time with selecting it. Like, I got a Jaguars jersey like right off to the side on my door here. It's a Trevor Lawrence jersey. Looking back on it, I probably would get a different player, but it's cool. My family says the exact same thing, especially my uncle. My uncle first brought it up, but they say the exact same thing. That is that's funny. And it's also funny because I played quarterback a little bit in high school, so I wasn't anything special, but it was so fun. Going Speaking of Allen, going to toss this left side for James Cook. First play of the drive, going to gain about half a yard. That's funny. All right, so a 2nd and 9.5 coming up. Allen in shotgun, what might be the final play of the quarter. 3 receivers to the right. Going to quick pass right side, a screen for Amari Cooper. Going to gain roughly 2, maybe 3. And that can bring us to the end of the 3rd quarter. Yeah, that's funny. All right, 15 minutes left in this one. Denver trying to mount a comeback, but it will take a little bit. We shall see. End of the 3rd quarter, can head to a commercial break. Yeah, I mean, first good again. That opening drive for Denver was beautiful, but since then, you just have not done enough. Oh yeah, it gave them like a. I mean, they have solid receivers before Amari Cooper arrived, but they gave them like a true receiver 1. And because of that, like, I mean, he hasn't done a lot for Buffalo yet, but when the time comes, he's going to be, and he's really called upon. It's going to be great. Like it just gave him another weapon for Allen. Like it was a case where Amari Cooper was traded to Buffalo and DeAndre Hopkins was traded to KC on like the same day. Yeah, on like the same day, right before the deadline, and everyone knew both of those trades were legit to counter each other. Like KC traded for Hopkins because they needed another target against his Bills defense, and the Bills traded for Amari Cooper because they need another target against the KC defense. So we'll see. But he's just I feel like they're not utilizing Amari Cooper properly just yet. But he also hasn't played a lot for them because he's been kind of like he has a lingering issue, I believe. Yeah, he hasn't a lot this season. I mean, he's still a reliable target. That's the key thing. It's pretty much both, which is kind of expected. I mean, the thing with the Broncos receivers have been dropping passes quite a bit, but even then, like the ground game isn't really working. The Bills are playing the run well. Is the Bills defense finally showing up like they've been supposed to have been showing up this year, and the fact that the Broncos are just unexperienced with this kind of atmosphere. But I mean, it's all. I mean, it's still been a pretty impressive game for the Broncos, all things considered. They're playing well. It's just a plain Buffalo. All right, first play of the 4th quarter, 3rd and 6. Allen in shotgun back to his left, 3 receivers to the left as well. Going to look to throw, has some time. Good time, throwing deep, right side, has a man wide open. That's Curtis Samuel. Inside the 25, inside the 15, the 10, breaking tackles, the 5, touchdown Buffalo. First play of the quarter. Oh man, oh man. Weather ain't doing much in this game. It's clear skies. It's just cold in Buffalo, so it's not having that big of an impact. But whew, that's a big play for the Bills. Okay, an extra point away from going up by 21. Oh yeah, that's just a great release off the ball from Curtis Samuel. Burnt PS2 to fucking toast. Man, that's a tough look for Sertan on that play. Yeah, that's pretty much gonna do it. Maybe not quite yet. There's still 14:50 to go. But it definitely does not help the Broncos' chances. The extra point is up and good. Name's Blake. Just keep it simple with that. Yeah. It's the channel name is Quarter Guard purely because like we're all supposed to be doing NBA stuff, but that's more so once the NFL season ends. But yeah, the name's Blake. You can just call me that. My main knowledge and forte is the NFL. When it comes to the NBA stuff, which again will happen more so once this season ends, hopefully. I have a friend who comes on for that stuff because he knows more about he knows more a little bit more about the NBA than I do. Yeah, like Bortles, yeah. But yeah, that 2017 season for Bortles, man, it's that was one of the seasons. It is always funny when a random quarterback like that just has a great season out of nowhere. Yeah, Brad commercial break after the 55-yard touchdown. Jeez. And again, at some point, I mean, this Denver offense gonna need to score at some point now. You kind of are forcing yourself into four down territory. All right. So they like still at the commercial break. I would like to see Denver make this a little bit of a game in this quarter, but oh well. Yeah, more games though today. 4:30 Eagles Packers. I will also be live for that one. I'm going to be live for every single playoff game. As again, the NFC side of the playoff bracket is what intrigues me the most. I feel like there's gonna be some more. I feel like the games that are gonna be closer and more chaotic, especially starting with that Packers Eagles game. It I have Chiefs Lions in the end, with the Lions winning just because it's the Chiefs in the playoffs. They're gonna find their groove pretty easily. I feel, and the Lions, even despite the injuries, I really like how they're playing. Those are my top. Those are like simple answer. It's a kind of simple answer, but that's who I have making it out with the Lions winning it all. Dark horse or Cinderella? I if the Packers get past Philly, I could see them making a splash. Kickoff is going to be returned beginning from the 10 and brought down near the 24. I can see the Packers doing it. Part of me wants to say Minnesota, but I also don't feel like they're a dark horse slash Cinderella team just because they're the 14-win team. Yeah, I know. I mean, I just mean the Lions getting the bye and playing like it. We talk about Arrowhead being this really tough stadium to go into and play and be able to beat the Chiefs in. It feels like Ford Field is that same kind of stadium. And I know the Bills beat the Lions there, but it was a shootout. The Lions damn near won still. So like it's going into Ford Field's not going to be easy. Like is that home field that it's like is really going to make an impact. We'll see when the divisional rounds come around though. Did Nix to throw in 1st and 10, going to step up and escape some pressure, keeping it himself with room to run, eventually just going down near the 44, 43-ish yard line. But it doesn't seem like Philly, obviously a great team. Minnesota could definitely make a run, but Minnesota just doesn't feel like that great of a team on the road as they are at home. Which I guess makes sense why people are picking the Rams tomorrow night, but still. Nix to throw once again. Pass left side is caught for a 1st down. Pass the 45 to the 43-ish. Getting past midfield there as the Broncos are finding their groove and moving the ball pretty well once again. Yeah, I feel a similar way. Where like the Lions needed that week off due to the injuries, but KC kind of because KC never really found a groove, it felt like they needed another week or so. But we'll see. Gonna throw right side on 1st and 10 this time, and that's caught by Troy Franklin for about 11. But at the same time, I mean, the regular season for KC at this point doesn't matter because they know they're gonna win the division. They know they're gonna win 12 plus games. Like they're just cruising through the regular season. So now that the playoffs are here, their season has really begun. Next to throw once again, going to step up and keeping himself up the middle and sliding down just shy of the 20 at the 22. Another first down for Denver. They're moving the ball well on this drive. But I think KC was aware of like, okay, we resting our starters may not be the greatest, but on the upside, we're gonna have a pretty easy opponent in the divisional round. So kind of just like we'll take it. Like if KC had the mindset of if KC knew they had to play either Baltimore or Buffalo in that first round in their first game back, they probably would not have rested their start. But because they were either going to get the Steelers, Broncos, Chargers, or Texans, they're like, okay, that's fine. We can beat any of those teams with on long rest. Buffalo calls their first timeout before this 1st and 10 play. All right. Yeah, since 2019, Buffalo has what is that 4-5 record in the playoffs? No, 5-5 record. I mean, they're one loss in a wild card round since 2019. Wish it was in 2019 against Jaguars when they first made it. So 1st and 10 from the 22. Nix in shotgun, a back to each side. Going to look to throw once again. Has some time, going to dump it off left side to Marvin Mims, and he's going to go nowhere with that. Brought down near the 26, a loss of 4. That ain't great. All right, so in the 2nd and 13 coming up. Yeah, exactly. Like, that's the thing. Texans defense is definitely a lot more intimidating now after their game against the Chargers. Nix escaping pressure to his right and gonna throw it, but just too low for the diving receiver at 3rd and 13 coming up. It was there, but just not couldn't put enough into it due to the pressure. They're showing a replay. Can't get the just yet. I think it's just about 6 minutes to play. Oh no, I'm way off. 12 minutes to play. I'm well off on that. 12 minutes to play. 3rd and 13. Knicks alone in shotgun, but the play clock winding down. So Denver's going to call a timeout as they were not on the same page. How did I think there was 6 minutes? All right, so again, Denver calls. Yeah. Yes, I will be doing the night game as well. Yeah, the plan is to do every single playoff game. Playoffs, special time, plan to do every single one. Just a cherry on top of all the games I did during the regular season. During the regular season, I plan to do every single Dolphin game. I plan to do a bunch of the primetime games as well. So keeping that drive, keeping that momentum into the playoffs, doing every single one. So 3rd and 13. Nixon shotgun back to his left. 3 receivers to the right. Gonna look to throw. Stepping to his left to escape pressure. Now throwing back across the field. Caught by Cortland Sutton and gets inside the 15 to the 14. A 4th and short. You have to go for it here. Have to go for it here. Nix under center. Going to play action, look to throw. Dump off in the flat, and that's Jaleel McLaughlin only getting about a yard when they needed to. The Bills forced the turnover on downs, but there's a Bills player down afterwards. We'll slow to get up. And the Bills could not afford more injuries to this defense. They're playing well today, but having to play Baltimore next week with a really banged up defense is not a good recipe. Why? I swear, did the Bills not have tackling drills? Why does every Bills defender lead with the head? Come on. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. We just do a commercial break due to injury timeout. There we go. We have a commercial break again. Again, Bills. But do they not have tackling drills? Feels like they're constantly leading with the head. Like they're playing like it's the late 2000s, which I kind of respect, but at the same time, come on. He can't afford for this defense to get banged up more. It already is a pretty banged up defensive unit. We'll see. So let this commercial break. It'll be 1st and 10 for Buffalo when we get back, but again, the injury timeouts for us in this commercial. I don't know how much of a factor. I mean, obviously there's gonna be some factor there because of the attention that comes with her being at games. So the refs may lean a little bit more KC's side more than they normally do, but at the end of the day, between the hashes is what matters. I mean, there still could be a little bit of an impact there. Again, it's the atmosphere in Arrowhead. Those fans in there, people in the stands, always make an impact for the Chiefs as well. Allen to throw after a play action on 1st and 10 from the 14, going to keep it himself on the right side and slide down for a gain of roughly 4. The Bills player who was being looked at by the medical staff before the commercial break was walking under his own power. That's great to see. There's a few stadiums in the NFL where the crowd atmosphere legitimately makes an impact. The Arrowhead is one of them, so there's that. Buffalo is one it feels. Seattle is and can be, but it really does depend on the situation. And then Detroit. 2nd and 6, Allen under center, back and fullback behind him, going to toss this left side for Ty Johnson. Has some good blocking and room to run. Gets past the 20 and out of bounds near the 23. A gain of 5. 3rd and 1 coming up. Yeah, 3rd and 1 coming up against the Bills blocking, man. Their run blocking has been great today. Big 3rd and 1. 10-19 to play. Allen under center, going to look to throw. Rolling to his right, buying some time. A pass to the flat is caught by Ty Johnson for a gain of 2 up to the 25-yard line and a first down. All right. Again, like, they're not asking Allen to throw a whole lot this game, and he has to do touchdown passes. But for the most part, they're not asking him to throw a lot. They're really relying on this ground game. It's working well. That is kind of a scary sight for the Bills. Allen under center going to toss this to Ty Johnson, and that run play is not going anywhere. A loss of 2. As soon as I complimented it. Because like Buffalo's gonna want this ground game to be working really well, especially against Baltimore next week when the focus is going to be time of possession. Them building towards that in this game is good. All right, Allen in shotgun, back to his right, 3 receiving options to the left. Ball on the 24-yard line as Allen's going to quick pass left side, a screen for Shakir. Gonna spin and find a way to get past the line of scrimmage and down to the 30-yard line. He escaped like 4 or 5 different Broncos there thanks to a spin. And makes it a 3rd and 4. That's insane. How? Yeah, spins past 2 Broncos, and then from there, just jeez. All right, 3rd and 4. Come on, Denver, make this a better game. The AFC playoffs are already not going to be great in the wild card. Allen to throw in 3rd and 4. Denver sending pressure. Launching one deep. Left side has a man. And diving grab by Dalton Kincaid down to the 35-yard line. I mean, come on. Come on. 1st and 10 for Buffalo. What a grab by Kincaid. That's a great throw by Allen as well. Off his back foot, just launching one down there. I'm going to go hurry up and hand this off to Ty Johnson off the left side and finds a lane down to the 26. A 2nd and 2 coming up. I'm not saying she won't be a factor. I'm saying the fans as a whole will be. So it does technically. Yeah, exactly. All right, 2nd and 2. Allen under center, back behind him. Going to hand this off to James Cook up the middle, and that's a first down for Buffalo, gain of roughly 4. Yeah. I mean, that's the Bills. They know how to put games away like this. And great teams can, and they do. Just under 6.5 to play. And the focus now for Buffalo is just to kill this clock and avoid any more injuries. This is where the ground game for Buffalo has been important to improve upon. But Allen looking to throw a quick pass left side, trying to fade route to Keon Coleman, just not there. Overthrow. That's a weird play calling 1st and 10, but okay. I mean, I kind of understand throwing the fade, but like, come on. Like, just kind of an unnecessary shot to take there. But oh well, that's Buffalo. All right, 2nd and 10. Allen under center, back behind him, and there's going to be flags or stoppage pre-snap. Buffalo calls their second timeout. Yeah, it's definitely looking like Buffalo and Baltimore will be the divisional round matchup. Yeah, I feel relatively similar about Denver. Like they exceeded expectations this year just because of like they have like what, like 60 something million in dead cap due to the Russell Wilson departure, and like no one really expected much out of this team. But the fact they're here, the fact that they are playing relatively well, like they have a bright future ahead of themselves if they can build off of this. Meanwhile, yeah, KC's a weird situation. It depends on what happens after the season, especially with like Andy Reid and Travis Kelsey, because it feels like both of them are getting towards retirement. Kelsey more so than Reid, but there's also reports that Steve Spagnuolo is getting head coaching interviews, that Matt Nagy's getting head coaching interviews. Like we very well might just see the breaking up of the Chiefs here soon. But even then, as long as they have Mahomes and Reid, they're gonna be fine. Allen in shotgun, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Gonna drop back looking to throw. Pressure coming quick. Pass over the middle. It's caught and down inside the 5 to the 2. That's Mac Hollins, former Dolphin making plays. I've said that so many times these playoffs already. I hate it. You mean Texans last year of like Texans last year of playoffs for a while, or like similar to Texans last year? Oh, they're calling taunting on Mag Hollins after the play. They gained about 18, 19 maybe on that one, and then they're gonna move back 15. When it comes to the Texans, like this is just a sophomore slump for Stroud. I think they'll bounce back fine next year. It helps that the AFC South is weak as hell. Oh, he did the AI step over and they threw a flag on it. God damn it, Matt Collins. All right, still 1st and 10 for Buffalo either way. But yeah, they pretty much only gained 4 on that one. Just under 6 minutes to play. Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, I could see that being the case. I definitely could see Bo Nix taking a little bit of a down year next year. It all depends on what Denver does in the offseason. They have a good foundation, especially that defense. It's just they need the offense to step up a bit. As Denver's going to call their second timeout before this first down play. I respect that teams are wasting their timeouts now. The Mac Hollins, Allen Iverson step over and Patrick Surtain is fantastic. That is fantastic. Purely because that's like a role reverse of that AI step over clip. Surtain is the superstar. Same with how AI was a superstar. And then I love Mac Hollins, man. I wish Mac Hollins was still in Miami. There's a few receivers who have left the Dolphins since Tua arrived, who I'm like, okay, they're whatever elsewhere. Mac Hollins is one of those I wish we kept. He brings an energy to this he brings an energy to the locker room that's much needed. I feel so bad for Tank Dell. Just back to back really bad injuries and the season's rough. I hope he doesn't miss next year. Allen gonna hand this off to Cook up the middle, gonna gain about 3, but there's a flag on the play. And yeah, like I don't. I don't think Diggs comes back next year. So like receiver 3 is going to be a weird position for the Texans. I do like Michi and I do like Robert Woods, but it feels like they're missing a piece there still. As the penalty was illegal shift on Buffalo. I mean, and hopefully Tank Dell is fine and he'll be back next year. But I would not be surprised if he missed at least the first half of the season because that was an ugly injury against KC. At 1st and 15, Allen under center, back behind him. Going to play action, look to throw. With some time, throw in right side towards the end zone and off the mark by about 20 yards once again. So yeah, basically kind of a throwaway. I think Mac Hollins was the intended receiver there. Couldn't quite get a jersey number. Either way, 2nd and 15 coming up. Yeah, it was Mac Hollins. The Broncos are getting dangerously close for roughing the passers here. That was a little high by Nick Manito. Allen in shotgun going to hand this off up the middle for Ty Johnson. He gets inside the 20 to the 18. About 17 and a half actually, going to be a gain of roughly 5. Yeah, Denver did have a great season. That's what I'm saying. Like next year could be a really big year for them if they build properly this offseason. Like they have a great foundation. They call their final timeout. So okay, so it's the idea that Stephon Diggs is gonna go play for Dallas and team up with Revon. That makes sense. Which that could be a big move for Dallas. They did nothing this past offseason and look where it led them. If they bring in Stephon Diggs to team up with CD Lamb, well, I do think Diggs might be a little bit past his prime. He's still a really solid receiver, and him as a receiver too could be really, really helpful for a team. So I think Dallas would be a good fit. I wonder where else in the NFC he would want to go. Oh, maybe Washington. On 3rd and 10, Allen's going to hand this off to Ty Johnson once again. He's going to do a nice stiff arm, but only gain about 3. Go back to Maryland because he went to school there. I think they had a few injuries. I'm not sure. I don't think there's anyone really massive that they got injured. They've been a relatively healthy team this year, if I remember correctly. Which that's it's impressive to be a healthy team in the NFL season. The thing is, I don't think Dak is going to need to give up that much of his contract to bring in receivers or anything. I just think that the cap space situation for Dallas is going to be looking a lot better now that they've paid their guys. The Buffalo has called their final timeout as well. Like I don't know exactly what their cap space is looking like, but I mean they got the tough part out of the way. They're paid their guys, keeping them in. So the question is just what's the cap like? How you gonna have to let a few guys walk, which is gonna be kind of tough, but still. Tyler Bass for the 34-yard try from the right hash. Kick is up and it is good. Buffalo now up by 24. That's 31 unanswered points for the Bills today. Wants to go to yeah, I'm not surprised if he wants to go to Washington because Washington will be able to pay him more because they have Daniels on a rookie deal. He goes back to Maryland where he went to school and is from, so it's playing for his hometown team basically. And he gets to play against his brother twice a year. Oh yeah, that sounds like a pretty good deal to me. Yeah, it's probably Dallas and Washington, the top two. Also, yeah, the Broncos pretty much had no one significantly injured. I check them. I guess the question is like, what? I assume he would probably want a longer term deal with Washington. So like, how much are you willing to pay him if you're the Commanders? But we'll see. I don't. I think it's gonna be the case where Diggs is gonna sign. It'll be talked about for that one day or whatever, and then it's gonna be forgotten about until the preseason. Because there's a few other guys that are free agents this year that are kind of like maybe bigger impact, but yeah, no. But again, at this point for Denver, because they're such a young team and they're inexperienced, you still want to keep your starters in there. You still want to play hard, get this experience, and try to get one more drive in, so you have something to write home about. Yeah, they're not gonna make fun back here. Yeah, I know. Yeah, he said NFC East. That's why I'm like Dallas or Washington best two for Diggs. I doubt he wants to go to the Giants. And if he wants to ring chase, he'll go to Philly, but he'll be like receiver 3, maybe 4 there. And I think he would want to have a bigger role in an offense. So that's why it's like receiver 2 in Dallas or Washington. So like this is probably gonna be one of those two. All right, back from the commercial break. Buffalo about to send this one down. I don't think Miami's opponents. I think we play the NFCs, and then I think we play an NFCs team next year. I don't know. All right, kickoff underway. This is going to be out the back of the end zone for a touchback. Denver will begin from the 30. All right. And yeah, there we go. CBS broadcast showing highlights from that Ravens Bills games earlier this year. Again, the key thing is the rematch is going to be in Buffalo. All right, Nix alone in shotgun, 4 receiving options to the right, going to look to throw. 4.5 to play. A dump off right side to Javonte Williams is caught and gaining about 6. Yeah. Because there was that year for what was it, 22? The 22 seasons where the Phillies were runner ups, the Eagles were runner ups, their MLS team was runner ups, and their USFL team was a runner up. 2nd and 3 plays, a pass over the middle that is dropped incomplete. 3rd and 3 coming up. It's gonna be a great game next week. That's the key thing. It's like that's gonna be a fun game to watch. And it's probably gonna come down to time of possession. And also, like, because of the injuries that Buffalo's defense have had today, dependent on the impact of them for next week, it definitely could decide the game. 3rd and 3, Nix in shotgun back to his left. 2 receivers to each side. Going to look to throw. Has some time. Going to step to his left to avoid some. Step to his left to buy some more time. And then time runs out. Sacked back near the 21. Gregory Rousseau making the sack. Again, it was between Jalen Phillips and Gregory Rousseau. I wanted Miami to draft in 21. I love Jalen Phillips. He's been playing well for us, but man, Rousseau, he's been more reliable. Baltimore is a 3 seed. Buffalo's a 2 seed. Baltimore's a 3 seed. So it's 4th and 17. Denver's keeping the offense on the field with 3.5 to play. Nix in shotgun back to his right. Going to look to throw. Going to step to his left to avoid pressure. Now throwing down the field. And is that picked off? It's a diving interception. They're ruling it for Damar Hamlin. Picking it off. Oh boy. The storylines. That's his 3rd interception on the season. Leading the team. Damn. That's a great diving interception. We'll see. Either way, it's going to be Bill's ball, as that was well overthrown. It was a damn good play. Looking for Cortland Sutton, put way too much into it. And that's not a good camera angle. There we go. No. No, it's not an interception. It's close, but the ground definitely helps him secure that catch. Yeah. Okay. It's still a great attempt, but yeah, it's gonna be incomplete. So it's but Bill's ball anyway, just with a lot better field position. Yeah. Yeah, Houston will be on the road rest of the playoffs. Which that definitely sucks. Yeah, after review, it's an incomplete pass, so it'll be Bill's ball. It's still Bill's ball, 1st and 10, a lot better field position. All right, 3:20 to play. Oh, Trubisky is in. Okay, the backups are in. Mitchell Trubisky getting some playoff action for Buffalo. Ball on the 23. He's under center, back behind him. 3 receiving options to the right. Going to hand this off up the middle. And that's a gain of roughly 8 or 7 for Ty Johnson. Gets inside the 20 to the 16, maybe the 15. I don't really follow baseball that much. Really at all. The most I follow baseball with is like the John Boy stuff. That's only just because it's funny. Technically the Yankees because I have family that are from that area, and also technically the Marlins because I'm from South Florida. But I don't really follow baseball. That's like the one sport I couldn't get myself into, even though I played a little bit of it growing up. 2nd and 2, going to hand this off once again for Ty Johnson up the middle. He's going to fight his way and still fighting. That probably got pushed about 5 yards up to the 10. It's I just find baseball boring. Even when I was playing it, like it's just it's not my kind of sport. That'll bring us to the 2-minute warning. 1st and goal for Buffalo when we get back from the 2-minute warning with ball at the 10. Yeah, from here they're just gonna probably knee it out. Like I've been to a few Marlins games, but the thing that never helped with me getting into baseball was the Marlins were never good for me when I was growing up. So I never watched playoff baseball really. That's the thing. My household growing up was a football first household. We pretty much only cared about football. But during the playoff times, during the early 2010s, that's when the Heat were in the Heat had the Heatles. So we watched playoff basketball, so that got me into basketball. And then recently, the Panthers have been playing really well. So when they won the President's Trophy a few years back, I started watching playoff hockey, and that got me into hockey. Yeah, we're at a commercial break for the 2-minute warning. It's pretty much the game at this point. But we'll see the knee outs. Yeah. That's definitely a good thing to say. I mean, again, the last time the Dolphins won a playoff game was before the Texans were a thing. And since then, the Texans have won 8 playoff games. Miami has won none. it is impressive how much success the Texans have had in their first 22 years of a franchise. When you look at some other expansion football teams, like success is not that simple. So it's impressive. I mean, like, look at the Jaguars. I mean, their third season was a pretty successful year, but besides that, like they've been up and they've been mostly down. When the Buccaneers entered the league, they started when the Buccaneers first entered the league, they were 0-27 in game. Like it's expansion football teams are a lot tougher to find success with than in other sports. Yeah, I'll be live for the Packers Eagles games at for the Packers Eagles game at 4:30. That game should be fantastic. I was live for the Sao Paulo game to begin the season, and that was a really fun game to call. I think this game could be even better now that it's in Philly. I mean, yeah, but the Browns have been around since the 30s or 40s, and they've never been to a Super Bowl. Yeah, they have a few championships, but they've never been to a Super Bowl. And was it's like since 2000, they have either the worst or the second to worst win loss record, which is just hilarious. Yeah, first and goal. Here comes the process of Buffalo kneeing this one out. So the AFC divisional round is set. We have KC versus Houston and Baltimore versus Buffalo. I got Philly in the next game, but I was going back and forth on that one. I am kind of going back and forth. I think it could be it's probably gonna be a really really damn good game. That's the key thing. But I do have Philly. I need about like two more knee downs for Buffalo here, but it's I don't score. Yeah, I think as well. The NFL should have maybe not necessarily a minor league, but some kind of like a better developmental program, and that's what I think the UFL could end up being at some point, or maybe not necessarily. Like it won't ever be like it won't ever be like a minor league football league, but it will be just like a league where you have the affiliates similar to the how the NHL handles it, so players can just easily send and bring up guys at will. All right, and here comes the final knee down, and that'll do it. Keon Coleman flipping in the background after that final knee down. The Bills improved to 5-1 in wild card games since 2019, and they have a chance for revenge next week against the Baltimore Ravens. Arena football with how the Arena Football League was handled this past season. Hell no, that was a disaster. Yeah, that'll be it here. I'll be back live in about 30 minutes for the Packers and Eagles, the second of three wildcard games today. So I'll see you all then. Thank you all for tuning into this one. In case you're not back for that, see you all next time. Have yourselves a damn good one. Peace. Yeah, I'm hearing about the expansion stuff. I'm not too sure about that. Anyway, peace.